look at custom-made fractal indicators. They were developed by Pavel Tselyshev, co-founder and course author from algotradinglab.net. You will learn how to install custom-made indicators in TSLab, how to use them to build fractals on different time frames, and how to plot a visual signal once the fractal formation is complete. You will also understand the function of the fractal extremum bar number. Using these indicators, you will be able to determine the strongest fractal out of a series of fractals to identify reversal points in the market. Stay to the end to find out how to get free indicators from us. The indicators are not in the standard TSLab menu, so we need to install them ourselves. But how do we do it? How do we install additional indicators? The answer is quite simple. We go to the TSLab folder, which would normally be located in C, Program Files, TSLab 20. Here we need to create a new directory called Handlers. It is important to write without any spelling errors. Otherwise, the indicators will not load into the program. Now in this Handlers folder, we will put our ready-made indicators. In our case, there will be indicators called Algo Trading Lab.dll. We just need to copy them here, and that's it. The indicators are now installed. In order to see them in the toolbar, we need to reboot TSLab. Let's do it. Okay, done. Now we see that we have a new section, Algo Trading Lab. This is our section with the indicators we've just installed. As you may have noticed, there are various indicators here. Now I'm going to talk about each of them in more detail. To start off, let's find an up fractal. For this, we need to take a fractal value block and connect it with a source. Click here and open it. We can see several parameters. The first is this checkbox, which allows us to choose between either an up or down fractal. We are going to select an up fractal. Next, there are options for the number of candles on the right and left. For instance, if we want to find a fractal with 5 candles, then we can use its default settings without any change. Let's display it on the chart and see what happens. We can see the same fractals of 5 candles on the 5-minute time frame. This fractal can also be constructed from compressed data using hourly candles, for example. We just need to connect it with the compressed block. Run. As you can see, the fractal line is also shown. However, now we have an option to manipulate the parameters of candles on the left and right. We will also have a unique opportunity to optimize the fractal's values. Now we can choose the perfect fractal for our strategies through optimization. As an example, we can take the base time frame. We no longer need to manually write long conditions in the logical formula. We immediately set 200 candles on the right and 138 candles on the left. Let's say that we want to have this unusual fractal. Okay, let's see how it looks on the chart. We now understand that there should be more candles to the left and right according to how important the fractal level is. Accordingly, you can find the best option and work with this level. See, here was the first fractal. Then a similar second fractal appeared. We have 2 consecutive peaks, a pattern known in trading as a double top. Okay, let's go back to the indicator. You may have noticed that we have one more parameter, past value. This is another great advantage of this indicator, since in the standard version of the program, it is not so easy to find this past value. Now, using this block, you can easily find the previous value. Let's copy and paste the second block fractal value. Additionally, we will also set the past value. If we put 0, the current value will be reflected. This parameter works exactly as a reference to previous values. Similarly, if we enter 1, then we will refer to the previous value. 2 will reference the -2 value, etc. Let's put 1 and take the previous fractal. Run and check. We have displayed the current and previous fractals. In this case, the green line indicates a current fractal. Then, if the fractal has changed, a new fractal has appeared. and its high has become higher than the previous high. Then the purple line began to display the high of the previous fractal. Thus, we see the current and the previous value at the same time. In this situation, we have a small distance between two fractals. Thus, we can conclude that there is a double top pattern here. Let's see what other blocks we have. In addition to the block fractal value, we have a fractal signal, which tells us that a new fractal has appeared. Let's display it on the chart in the form of a histogram with the same parameters. Set at 200 and 138 in order to see the moment when this fractal was formed. We see something wrong on the chart. One fractal is up and the other one is down. We need to unselect this checkbox here. OK, run. The signal appears at the moment when the fractal formation is complete. Here, the price was falling within 138 candles, but then the price rose within 200 candles. When the 200th candle closed, a line began to display a signal which shows us that a new fractal appeared. Accordingly, the line began to display the low of this fractal. Okay, moving on. Let's take a closer look at another block. For more information on the fractal, we can identify the extremum bar number. For example, let's return the previous fractal back. Similarly, we associate the parameters with the number of candles on the right and left. As an example, we will enter some arbitrary parameters set at 100 candles. Let's display it on the chart as a line. The fractal bar number values will be displayed on another panel, so we can check ourselves. Run. Notice that a new fractal appeared, and at that very moment, the value of the center candle changed. We see that the number of the central candle should be 453159. Let's check if this is correct. We see here that the green candle has the number 453159. It's the bottom line in the information window. We can also figure out the number of the center candle for the previous fractal. But where can this numbering of bars come in handy? There are different options. Suppose that you want to know the volume of trade on this candle. Knowing the number, you can find different data at the time when this peak was formed. Okay, moving on. The next block is extreme fractal. In this case, it's the highest or the lowest fractal out of a series of fractals. This block takes the specified number of recent fractals, which is regulated by these parameters. Let's put 3 here. Now, this block takes the last 3 fractals with the given parameters. For example, there was one fractal, then the second, and now here is the third. The block determines the price of the highest fractal of these 3. If there was a situation like this, then the block would determine the price of this central fractal. Likewise, if there was a situation like that, then it would determine the price of the first fractal. To put it simply, it always determines the highest price of the last 3 fractals. This will be the strongest fractal. Let's put it on the chart to compare with the usual fractal. If we remove this checkbox, then we will determine the lowest fractal of the last 3. For now, we will return the checkbox back. I'm going to take arbitrary values again. Let's put 50 and 20 candles respectively. This time, however, I will not link them with the linked parameter block. Instead, I will manually enter 50 and 20 candles. OK, we will plot the first one as a line and the second one as dots. It turned out to be a very thick green line. Sorry, I will change it to a smaller one. Now let's try to find what we are looking for. Here there was the first fractal, and here was the second. This is its price. And here, respectively, is the third fractal. Of these three fractals, this one is the highest. Our block translates this price showing a line with dots. For instance, when the market grows, like here, you see that these two lines practically coincide throughout this entire period, because each new fractal is bigger than the previous one. However, when the market goes down, the situation turns out to be the opposite. In fact, the extreme fractal block works like a highest high block, only it is built by fractals and not candles. The same way, we can work with down fractals. You just need to untick the checkbox to see that. When the market grows, the lowest fractal remains lower than the last fractal. However, when the market declines, these values begin to coincide. In the next video, we will continue describing our custom-made indicators, and we will show you how to use them in your trading bots to build trend lines and trend filters, identify swing points, how to define support and resistance levels with our cool supply and demand indicator, how to program a double top, double bottom price pattern and build fractals on any data including moving averages. The full package of our proprietary fractal indicators, Algo Trading Lab, is available for free for students of our course, Algo Trading with TSLab, selected plans only. You will find out the details on our website, algotradinglabnet.teachable.com. To claim your free indicators from the package, please check the link below the video. Thank you for watching. To stay up to date with our latest videos and practical tips, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the button above the video. Bye for now!